holiday or anything like that, there's only going to be 2 special videos that are ever going to be released on the channel. One is for the channel special, and the other is going to be for not just the channel special, but just for like for New Year stuff. So those are going to be the only 2 instances. I could do one for my birthday, but I think that that would be asking for too much, and because I want to keep that private for myself, so I'm not going to go do it. Anyway, so for the Oblivion mod, so for those 2 Oblivion series, while I will be doing a Halloween special technically, like I'll try and gear it towards Halloween, they will not be uploaded towards Halloween. As unfortunate as I would, no matter how much I would want it to be, like I could probably like, because I've already done the calculations. By the time we get to start the Halloween mod for the Oblivion modded playthrough, it would take about 42 days, and that's including if I don't upload any completes during that time frame. So that means like when a Saturday or Sunday rolls around, you're getting your normal videos rather than the full complete sessions and such like that. So if you don't get your complete sessions, hey, like you're gonna get it within 42 days. And I think that was calculated, I think a few days ago. I think that was calculated to make it so though, I think in November, I think it was like 13th or 14th, I think. I can't remember. I can't remember the date that I tried it on. I might have to re-roll it again. But for instance though, that those 2 dates, for instance, or yeah, so like for those time frame, that's when the Oblivion modded playthrough will start. That's not like the Oblivion mod playthrough. That's the modded playthrough. We'll start the Halloween mod. So sorry I can't do a little bit of a theme thing, but we'll be doing something special for the because we technically finished 2 things. We finished the Shivering Isles DLC. Yes, that's finished. And not only that, we finished the we got to level 25 during the end of it. So that means we're allowed to have 2 mods. Now, while I usually do a mod, then we do a little break from mods kind of thing after that mod is done, and then we do another mod. I'm going to excuse this for once because I want to show off my plan for my mod in particular. Now, my mod's not gonna be the one that we're gonna be showing. I'm gonna be showing things that I don't want to say taking, because it's not like I'm gonna be releasing it out to the public kind of thing. Like I'm not gonna be releasing my mod kind of scenario. I'm just gonna be releasing like only certain parts of my mod out to the people. So that's pretty much it. Come on. It's definitely nighttime by now. Come on, man. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, so another thing that I have to do is I have to do a lot of like a bunch of stuff for my Oblivion mod. Since I remapped all the meshes and textures and such like that, I have to also make sure that everything's full working order. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple days. I'm hoping though that the weekend that's coming up, I'll have at least more than enough time to work on Sercacraft within that time frame. If not, I will make time for Sercacraft, because Sercacraft has gotten like the bottom of the barrel in the amount of time that I work on it. Like it's gotten the bottom of the barrel of how much time I throw at it, and I apologize for that. I really am, because, or I really do, because like because that's not fair to you guys. And that fact that like I love Minecraft. It's one of the best games in my opinion, even though it's, I don't want to say it's simple, but like the amount of stuff you can do with it is like astronomical, and what you can do with it in terms of just like playing vanilla, giving yourself special challenges, or just being able to just play it with friends, or being able to play it with mods. Doesn't really matter. However, I think it's about time that we kind of just start trying to finish off Sercacraft, get it ready to go, so that when 1.21 is around the corner, we will have a new base. I might not do all the interiors and stuff like that, but at least they'll get all the rooms all prepped up and ready to go. And yeah. But for but yeah, so and not only that, we can get back to uploading Pixelmon again, because which I still have, I think, one session that still needs to be finished off on there. And as I said, though, while Sercacraft is out in full swing, the Pixelmon series is on hold. I haven't recorded that in like months now, and I've been holding it off, which is a very big shame, because we should try and do, like, I should try and do my best to kind of finish off this series as much as possible, or have like a good endpoint, and then like so that we can continue with Pixelmon. Because, well, I'm not gonna say that for Pixelmon we don't have, like, I don't do anything off screen for it, but for Sercacraft it seems like and it seems like the same thing happened with the Oblivion mod, is that like I felt so overburdened by something that I just abandoned it. And that's kind of like the thing that like I've been noticing a lot lately, is that like when a function or when a feature doesn't really fit what I want anymore, or when I get sick and tired of trying to bug fix it out, I just abandon it. I just go, yep, not worth my time anymore. This has happened a lot with Minecraft in terms of just building any kind of house or anything like that. Is that I'll start building it, then I'll go, you know what? It's not really what I imagined. I'm gonna leave. And then the same thing happens with the Oblivion stuff as well, though. The Oblivion stuff, it's like I'll start building something, and then I'll start like mapping out a set or something like that, or I'll start like figuring something out, and I go, wait a minute, that's not really there, and then I just get rid of it entirely. And one thing that actually has this in its the one thing that actually got the X pretty much, or got the life written out of it, was Sanctuary. I have written it out of my mod entirely. Now, I do have a version of it with Sanctuary, so it's not like I can't just add it back in later on. The only thing with Sanctuary is that like I've written it off, and because of the fact that I kept giving myself, I don't want to say anxiety. I kept giving myself pressure into trying to finish it when I didn't want to. And due to the fact of my stupidity or incompetence in doing it, I made it into a much bigger idea, or a much bigger pain in the butt to kind of deal with. And because of that, I just lost interest in it. I legitimately lost interest in wanting to work on something that I really wanted to work on beforehand. At first, I was happy about having Sanctuary attached to my mod, and now it's like I just abandoned it because it became too much of a hassle to deal with. And all I had to do, mind you, is uh change a few items in one room. In one room, mind you, have them all be uh remapped and AXM'd and moved to where the original vanilla locations are, so though they are no longer going to have any issues. And you know what I said to that? I said, nope, I'm done with this. And I completely deleted that entire area. That's literally what I did. I literally did that. And while I do feel bad at the fact that I did that, I actually feel a lot better though. Now, the items that were originally in Sanctuary that I still want to use, like the forge area and the whole, like I almost said Elder Scrolls, the enchantment stones and what was the other thing too? It was the enchantment stones, that, and there's something else too. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. For those two items and for those two like optional stuff too that I added, I added them into a different area so though they are more not only just more freely accessible, but just able to be used more effectively towards what I wanted. So I was very happy at that fact. And not only that, not only just getting rid of Sanctuary, but it got rid of one thing off my list that was always so, I don't want to say boring, but was always such a huge thing that I kept putting off over and over again. I'm not even joking. For the past month, I have been telling myself that this weekend I'm gonna work on Sanctuary, get it done and over with, so I'm done. The weekend comes by, I don't feel like doing it. For Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, during the week, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna crack down on Sanctuary, get it done this weekend, because I'll have my laptop out, and then we'll just get all the normal vanilla locations from the laptop. And then what I'll do is I'll just go on my recording computer, which is this one, and go and put them in. Go and put those locations into here, because apparently that one room apparently is the only one that has its locations actually what they're supposed to be. So it's perfect. However, each and every time I think of that, I get tired and bored, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. And then I go back and do something else. And I just kept getting sick and tired of procrastinating about it each and every time. Then I think it was last weekend, or was it 2 weeks ago? I can't remember. I literally sat down at this desk, looked at Sanctuary, and I was just about to start work, and then I stopped myself and I went to go work on other things. And then after that happened during the week, I'm like, you know what? I should get rid of Sanctuary, because it doesn't because this is what I do with mods, and not just with mods in general, but with the DLCs as well, is what does that DLC or mod provide me to keep? For DLCs, it's like, what does this DLC give me as a buyer, pretty much, or as a customer? Like, what services does it provide me that I don't see in the original game? And same thing with mods, is like, what makes me want to keep this mod? Is it an item? Is it like, this legendary script that works perfectly fine and looks like it would be a really interesting thing to add? Like, what is this thing? Like, what is the thing that makes it so interesting? And that's what comes into my mind whenever I think of Oblivion mods. So when I go and look into like each and every different cell in my mod, what does the Lodge provide us? The Lodge provides us a main epicenter of every function in the mod. Like, okay, that makes sense. Okay, what does the ship provide us? The ship part provides us with not only just a novelty area, but it provides us with an area in which that I can hide certain things, and that would make sense. You smuggle things on a ship. Perfectly fine analogy for that. So it fits that sort of purpose. Okay, so what does Sanctuary provide us? Hold the phone. What does Sanctuary provide us? It doesn't provide us with anything. Now, while there's actually 3 things that it does provide us, but it doesn't need to be in Sanctuary for that. Technically 4 if you want to count something else. But the first thing that it provides us is the forge area. I already fixed that. So, well, now I did, right? Because I got rid of Sanctuary, so I had to fix that, so I did. So bye-bye forage area. So that's one thing off the list. That's one thing stricken from the records. What about option number 2, the enchantment stones? Well, the new forge area has them built into it. So it looks like that's been stricken from the records as well. Oops. So what about the third function, which is the birth sign remover, that removes the birth sign effects that the potions give you? Because I 0 AXM'd all of the birth sign effects, not all of them, but the ones that my potions use, so though they're not interfering with the vanilla ones. So this birth sign remover removes those kind of thing. Anyway, so while that's going on, it's like, does like like is this a reason to keep Sanctuary? No, because I can add it to the lodge's basement. Now, will it be perfect? No. I'm thinking of changing the model that I had previously planned to something else, but I'm still keeping the functionality. And of course, option number 4, a place for companions and for other like NPCs kind of thing to sleep. While technically right now I do not have a place for that, later on I will. So while it is planned, it is not actually fully